Do you think you could ever get bored of just listening to music?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yes.
Do you think you could ever get bored of gaming?
Yes, I have been before. Actually, I've multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question. What do you think happens when our hobbies go stale or we lose some zest for our hobbies? What do you think happens?
I don't know. But I think this could be an episode we could talk about it.
It could be. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on the latest episode of the LeisureHub Podcast. You are accompanied by your hosts, Justin and
Pedro.
See, now you can say your name. There you go.
What do you mean now?
Do you remember last episode where you jumped the gun a little bit before I said and you're like, let me say my name.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Damn, I
Bro,
don't remember that
I
shit.
listened to it like 4 times, so like that's why I remember it.
Yo, welcome back to an episode. This is gonna be fresh. This is gonna be new. Just tune in, sit down, enjoy a drink, maybe some snacks, or on your way to work, whatever you're doing.
Bust your drink out. Your drink. Bust your drink out. Nope.
I emptied it out.
Nope. The other one. Pull it out.
Like that, bro. This is what I've been drinking out of. All right. And I'm proud of it. Look.
Bro, that's forever on the internet now.
I don't care. I don't care.
You will.
I don't care.
The comments are coming in. I can see them right now.
You know, we could change the topic. We could actually talk about the episode.
Oh, we're going to talk about the... Okay. Yeah, but we'll talk about the straw first. No, but I guess like just to start us off, like I kind of want to start off with, when do we realize a hobby is going stale? Like at what point in our hobby careers do we realize that our hobbies are going stale?
I feel like, and the only thing I can relate to,
but you can't start your explanation with "I feel like."
I can. I just did.
Well, I'm telling you to change it.
I feel like because, in my opinion and experiences, and I'm hoping
you were supposed to cut the.
Huh? What?
Nothing. I interject way too much. Go. Go.
Okay. I don't know, but I feel like I can only talk about my experiences. And when it comes to gaming and music too, you mentioned gaming.
Sure.
You mentioned music earlier.
Yeah.
Like sometimes when I'm listening to too much hip hop, I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I don't know if I can stand another beat.
It's too much of a good thing.
Yeah. And so I'm like, and I switch it up. So maybe I go to rock this time, or I go to EDM. And
EDM?
Yeah, man.
You're an EDM boy?
EDM.
Dang. Okay, I see.
But anyways, I get bored. And the thing is, I don't get there's some people out there that just, like my dad, and I come from Puerto Rico, and my dad just listens to salsa. Bro, that's all he listens to.
Really?
All he listens to. And obviously there's more people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's people that listen to only hip hop. There's only people that listen to only rock. I don't have no problem with that, but myself, I don't work that way. I see it more as an art form and as a hobby to consume music.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it goes stale. There's points where it's like I can't listen to hip hop no more. I have to change it up.
So that happens to me a lot. But I want to pick your brain about something. Do you think most people consider music as like a hobby?
I think so.
Most people?
Huh?
Most people? Or do you think most people consider it as just like a thing that they do? Because
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because it's kind of like movies and TV shows and series, right? Like a lot of people don't consider that like a hobby, but I know a lot of people who are movie buffs or TV buffs and like pop culture buffs.
Focus on,
because pop culture in itself is like a hobby. Like if you're going to trivia night and you're like that's your thing.
Trivia night, are they fun? They're fun.
Yeah, they're fun. Have you gone to a trivia night before?
Yes, but not actively participated on it.
Why? Are you a lame-o?
It is a trivia night, but at the same time I'm just talking and drinking or something. Like it's usually at a bar.
Right. I mean, that's usually where it is. Do you remember the one day we went to the one restaurant at Spring House?
Yeah, they were doing trivia.
They were doing trivia every time we were trying to talk. All right, this is the question. I was like,
bro, it's like I'm trying to listen to you.
Yes, you can't have a full conversation.
But I've always wanted to go to, we're going off topic here, but I've always wanted to go to
it's our podcast.
a Harry Potter or The Office trivia.
They have
questions.
Office trivia.
Yeah, they do.
History.
They all have like focusing on different like shows.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. I always thought it would be cool, but I just never went.
Yeah, because I think you need like a decent group.
Yeah.
To go. Like you can't just go by yourself. You need to go with people who actually know about The Office just or know about the genre. Because if you go with somebody like your wife, like does she watch The Office? Did she watch it?
Yeah.
Does she like it a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it would be weird if you went with somebody who was like, oh yeah, I watched like a few episodes, like a couple seasons. Like you're not gonna like it's fun. It's gonna be fun, but like you don't know.
It has to be with like a group that like together. Basically, we fangirl about this thing.
Fangirl?
Yeah.
No, okay.
I was about to say,
like, but more on the what we were talking about earlier, music. So I go in waves, and like I know a lot of people who are like that as well, like this as well.
Yeah.
I'll listen to music for a long period of time, bro. Like driving to work, sitting at work at my desk, listening to music. Coming home at the gym. Music is a big part of our days. And this podcast isn't just about music, but this is exactly what we're talking about right now. But
this is an example. We're taking music as an example.
Exactly. But like there are times like I get burned out sometimes of listening to either the same genre or just music in general.
Yeah.
So then I have to give it a break.
Yes.
And then I have to listen to podcast. Like the LeisureHub Podcast. That's the only podcast I listen to. I don't listen to.
All right.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
No, but like I will have moments where I take a break from podcasts and I just strictly listen to music.
True.
And I flip flop back and forth.
Yep.
Obviously, I can't listen to a podcast at the gym. There are people who do that.
Yeah, I can.
I can't.
I can see that. I can vibe with that. But
you would do that?
Yeah.
What kind of podcast would you have to listen to in order to?
Anything. Probably gaming.
Like this one?
I mean, yeah. I like this podcast. It involves pretty much everything.
It's casual.
Yeah.
It's leisure.
LeisureHub. But I when it comes to music, sometimes I don't feel like listening to music at all.
Yeah.
And I could relate it to the gaming.
Yeah.
And gaming is a little bit different because it's not that I feel like playing another game. It feels like I ain't trying to play at all.
Yeah.
Like there's no game that is I want to game.
Yeah.
So I literally feel frustrated. I begin questioning life.
Like what my existence.
Yeah, cause you gotta listen. When somebody has a hobby, it's probably what they do, like every day after work or every weekend or something.
Yeah,
it's a vital part of their life.
Yeah.
So when you don't want to do that, obviously you're gonna have some questions. I'm like, am I not finding this fun? Yeah. What am I doing? Frustration comes and stuff like that.
You kind of like start questioning yourself. You're like, I'm not getting any motivation out of this. I'm not getting any excitement out of it. Like you're like, why is this specific thing happening to me right now? And like, I think I've had periods in gaming, specifically where I think we talked about this in another podcast episode, but I was just like, I played everything that I had played, and no games were interesting me, and I was like, there's nothing to play.
Yeah,
and like, I would force myself to play games. Like I think that's another. I think it's another thing.
Yeah.
So like, sometimes just to like, because you love that hobby so much, you force yourself to play it,
and it makes it so much worse.
And you're like, because you're 100% not getting any fulfillment out of
it. And I try to relate it like with weed, right?
Weed?
Yeah, weed.
Like the weeds outside.
No. I'm talking about ganja.
Is that like gonorrhea? Like
no. I'm talking about weed. Anyways. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know what that is. Marijuana.
I don't know if it happens to. I'm pretty sure it happens to a lot of you. But when you smoke, you start getting that high, and sometimes your body tolerance, it can get high, and then you're like, you need more and more.
People get that at the gym too.
Yeah, like a runner's high type shit.
Runner's high, but like you get fixated on that feeling. You know, like the way that you're and the soreness that you feel after the gym, like you get addicted to that feeling.
It's kind of like euphoria.
Euphoric.
Euphoric.
Can you say euphoric?
Euphoric.
Euphoric?
Yeah, euphoric. But yeah, you kind of build a tolerance for it. So now the same thing has to apply to gaming or music or anything that you're doing. Why are you laughing, bro?
I'm just looking at your hat. Sorry.
Did I stutter?
Can you take it off?
Why would I take it off?
I just wanted you to show the fans. Oh, shit.
I had to.
Stanley The Office. Is that why you referenced The Office in terms of trivia?
Actually, not.
It just came.
I just like The Office.
Yeah, Office.
I just like
Office.
The Office.
Yeah.
It's OG.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was talking about.
The gym. Addicting. The feeling.
Yeah, so you just get kind of like hooked to that feeling, no matter if you're smoking or you're gaming or you're listening to music, you know. And what I wanted to say this earlier, when people are listening to music, sometimes they focus on different stuff. Like I was looking at a poll on Threads. Like when you're listening to music, do you focus on the lyrics? Do you focus on the melody?
Yeah.
Do you focus on the actual artist and how the flow is?
Did you make that post?
No.
No.
It was some post I found.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, that's, you know, and that makes me think that people listen to music differently.
Yeah.
And it's true. Like to me, I find it fun to just listen to the music for the melody.
Yeah.
I listen to the lyrics too, and it can get creative for some people, but the melody to me is the main point. Like I love listening to a good melody.
Yeah.
And
I feel that.
Anyways, I wanted to say this earlier, but once you get hooked to that feeling, you know, you want more and more and more. And I'm pretty sure that, you know, your dopamine receptors like can get tired.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Of that.
Of the same thing, just getting pumped constantly. Yep. I mean, it's like social media. Like you're constantly getting hit with a dopamine hit every time you scroll. I mean, even with likes, right? Yeah. Like do you remember, you know, when like the first couple times you get a large amount of likes, you said you got 50 was like the highest on Threads for you? Yeah. I don't know about you. I'll speak for myself, but
it is a dopamine hit every time
every time somebody likes or comments on a post, not just Threads, but Instagram, wherever. Like it's you're like, ooh, yeah, somebody liked my shit, and then
you get hooked to it.
You get hooked. You're like, but then when you don't get any of it, then it's like
that feeling.
Man, I feel like shit.
Yes,
it's like I didn't get anything on this.
Yep.
And I feel like do you think that, I don't know if that really happens in a hobby. Well, actually, no, it does. Because we kind of just talked about that. It's like when you're, at least for games, wait, or at least actually I'll pivot out of games and like I'll throw in sports. Like if you're constantly losing, like when you win, you get that hit. Because like we won. Yeah. We won. Obviously you always want to do better. But when you lose when you lose, that's when you're like, man, this shit it's not fun anymore. It's not cool. I'm not good. Like then
I see it more as a practice.
Sports?
Because practice, like let's say you gotta practice every day. Sure. When you're doing sports. Like you practice. I feel like that's what is really gonna hit you. Yeah. You know, like, am I getting tired of this?
Yeah. But everybody loves to win. Nobody likes to lose.
Oh, of course.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like when you lose, it's the same thing like social media, you like the likes versus the not likes. Winning is the likes and then not winning is the no likes. Yeah. When you're playing a sport and you're constantly losing, you shut down. But when you win, you're that dopamine hits back up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a reoccurring thing. And so I bring that part up because yesterday I played soccer, right? I played for like a co-ed team. And so the game was really good, bro. Like everyone played super well. The score ended up being 5-6.
You guys win?
No. We 1 point. By 1 point. Well, technically 2 because it would have tied. Okay. But so we lost before that. Our first game we lost. It was 18-1. Yeah.
18. Wait. 18-1 in a soccer game.
18 points to 1.
Damn,
in a soccer game.
Your ass.
No, not me.
Damn.
It was everyone else's problem, not mine.
No. You blame the team. That's what you're supposed to do. You blame the team.
You blame the team. It better. You tell them to be better because I'm pulling all the weight. No, I'm just fucking around. I'm fucking around. Could you imagine? That's some people are like that. You and I were talking about two different things.
No, about the whole blaming the team thing.
Yeah, bro. Some people are like that. I mean, hardcore too.
You find it everywhere. Sports, even in gaming. Yeah. Like I was talking to High Roller about this. during one of his streams.
High roller.
Yeah. We were talking about like how toxic like lobbies can get, especially in ranked modes.
Yeah. Call of Duty.
And yeah, bro, people love blaming on your own team.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes it way worse. You lose morale. Anyways, but going off topic a little bit.
Well, not necessarily, because I just listened to something similar about that. When you're in a lobby and you're playing with really good people and you win, you're like, damn, I put in work.
Yeah.
And then when you lose, my team's shit.
Yeah.
The lag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the controller's busted. Yeah. That kind of thing.
It's supposed to be vice versa.
Yeah. You blame it on every other thing but on yourself, because, nobody wants to blame it on yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, on yourself. You're taking responsibility for a game. Like even when, like, if you're playing a solo game, right? And like you miss that ledge by, like, if you're playing a platformer game, you miss that ledge by like a couple pixels.
When we're talking about a solo game, though, if you get mad about,
there's some bullshit in some games. Like, give me God of War, like, oh, bro, I definitely hit him, and like the guy goes through you, kills you.
Souls
like,
games, there's a lot of bullshit.
Yeah. And so like you're like, it's definitely the game. That's the bullshit.
Yeah,
but like,
but
weren't good.
When you think about iframes, there's no bullshit in that.
Oh no.
There's no bullshit in that. You don't call that bullshit.
No, but speedrunners have that down.
Yeah.
They have that locked.
Yeah.
But like that, but all that to say, like gaming, sports, music, like you can consistently get tired of that. Like whether you're winning, whether you're losing, if it's consistent, if there's no like variation in it.
Yep.
So what's the problem in general? Like what like, I guess, well, let's deliver more on the actual problem.
Yeah.
For why hobbies get stale.
See, I feel like when hobbies get stale, it's kind of like an identity crisis.
Yeah.
I've always said this, and I feel like I mentioned it on past episodes.
Oh, you have it here in the points.
Huh?
You have it here in the points.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
This is just like a one-time thing, right?
What do you mean? Am I going crazy?
No, I'm being stupid. I'm just being stupid.
No, you're good. I seriously didn't know.
Identity crisis.
So I feel like an identity crisis when it comes to like hobbies is like, we are made. I mean, our hobbies are made for us, not us to our hobbies. So they're made for our entertainment. We're not to be a slave to it. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
For example, and our body knows that. I feel like our body knows that. It's like, yeah, you have your fun, but your body is telling you, let's do something else. Mm-hmm. But your mind is like, man, I have to do this. And then, frustration comes.
Yeah.
Fatigue comes.
I feel like part of it's obligation.
Obligation? Yeah. To do something?
To do your hobby. To fulfill. It's like almost fulfilling your duty, right?
Yeah.
It's like you said, an identity crisis, but it's more of like, when you recognize your hobby as your personality, your persona, you know what I mean? And when that thing is no longer giving you the enjoyment that
you question yourself.
You question yourself, and you're like, nah, this is crazy. Yeah. Like I'm interested in this. I'm interested in this. I've literally talked myself into playing a game. Like literally, I'm not joking.
No, I'm with you. Yeah.
And this goes for all hobbies in general. Like I feel like sometimes like you could talk yourself into liking something that you don't really like.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, normally I would like it. So actually I
just have to push through it.
Yeah, I have to push through it. Yep. Actually I'm gonna pivot for games, and I'm gonna really quick, and I'm gonna talk about movies in general.
Okay.
Like I'm a very big sci-fi, comic book hero, like type of like. That's the type of entertainment I like.
You watch.
Yeah. So like I'm gonna get heat for it, but that's just my opinion. Yeah. Like I have no disrespect for Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Star Trek, Star Wars, any of those genres.
Yeah.
I like that genre. There's other things that I do like.
Yeah.
But all of those that I just named, I just don't vibe with those movies, and and those
I literally vibe with all of them.
Those are huge movies.
I love them.
For me, it's kind of frustrating because like I think about it, I'm like, why am I not interested in this?
Because you're not.
Exactly. But like
that's what you have to accept.
I accept it.
Yeah.
But like that's the thing. That's my thought process. I'm like, why am I not interested in these things? Like it's a big cultural thing. Like a lot of people like these not Marvel, but like these masterpieces. Like I meant by Marvel-licious.
Yes, I get not actual like Marvel Studios.
Yeah. Like they're these fantastic creations made by these great directors and authors and everything like that. And it's like it should be like a no-brainer for me. So sometimes I'm bringing that up as an example because sometimes we go out of our way to force ourselves to like, you know what, this is a cultural thing, it's a communal thing, everyone else likes this thing, I have to give it a try. And you give it a try.
FOMO.
You give it a try, you still don't like it, you're like, I must be missing out on something. I like, you know,
something wrong with me.
There's something wrong with me. And then you internalize it. And then you start to think like, well, if I might not have liked this one, but I'll give another one a try. I'll watch like 4 movies.
Oh, you good? You need fucking water or something, bro?
Yeah, I need some water, bro. I'm getting too into it.
You got water over there? Or?
Yeah. Are you grabbing another water?
I was about to grab water for you.
Oh no. Yeah, you're done, bro. No more water. Sip on your.
I still have a little bit, bro.
Sip on your sippy cup.
I look better than you doing it.
Oh, that felt good.
Okay.
But you get that FOMO and you're like, why am I not into this? So you try and you try to kind of like immerse yourself into these different genres.
Yes. But that's who you are. That's who you are.
Like, and you have to accept it. Even with music. I tried so many times to get into country music and I just can't. I can't.
I like country music.
Kendrick music? I love
country. Country. I mean, I can stand it. I like it. It hits deep sometimes, bro.
It's just not my thing.
It's deep.
Maybe I just haven't found the right thing. And that's kind of also the mentality that some people have. It's like, maybe I just haven't found the right thing for me.
And it almost sometimes it takes you to hang around with a certain type of people. Because I hated country back then. Yeah. Okay. And maybe I'll get, I don't know. Anyways, I'm not even gonna say it.
Maybe.
But But maybe like sometimes it takes you to hang around just people.
Yeah.
Because it sticks. Like whatever you're hanging around with, it sticks to you.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
When I got a blue collar job working in
blue collar job.
Yeah, it's like working outside and construction and water towers and all this. I was mainly around people that listen to country music, and I'm not gonna lie, they have some bangers.
Some of it slaps.
Yes, right? They have some bangers, right? And I'm like, it was at that point in my life when I realized.
Sing one of them.
No, dude.
Not okay. No, don't sing it. No. The lyrics to one of them.
No, I'm not.
My girlfriend.
That's fucked
my
up.
My girlfriend's sister brought me into the pickup truck.
That is fucked up. That is fucked up.
Why?
I don't know. But
no, seriously, why?
Sometimes it takes you like to hang around for a certain
no, I agree with
people that you like to realize that what they like might be something good.
I agree with that. Because so growing up, I was only really exposed to a certain genre of music. Like it wasn't
hip hop.
No, classical music.
Oh, okay.
Beethoven. A minor. Okay. I'm like, I don't know any other stuff. No. Actually, can you listen to classical music?
I can.
Really? Like, I mean, like
I can. Yeah. I can.
You like it?
I can listen to any type of music.
Any.
Yeah.
Polka. See, there you go.
I mean, I can, but very limited.
I always.
It almost is like the time that I can listen to it. It's not.
It's not infinite.
Yeah, it's like music ADHD type shit.
Yeah, so the song that I'm referring to is there's a song called Beer Barrel Polka. I'll pop it up right there.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm allowed to really do that with somebody's album artwork, but
probably get
copyright.
Yeah,
probably. But Google it and you'll find it. But usually at parties when I get the aux, Bluetooth but aux, they're like, "Yo, put some music on."
You take advantage, huh?
just to get started. Like it's just an icebreaker. I'll throw on beer barrel polka, and it's like it's just like, and if people are like, "What the fuck is this?" Like it's like as a joke. I don't think you could play that at a party. I mean, if people can vibe to that at a party,
I feel like people have
at a party.
I mean,
some kind of party.
And people party at anything.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the thing.
No. But growing up, like I listened to like only like a certain type of genre. I was only exposed to a certain type of genre. Why?
I just want to know. Everyone wants to know if the one genre you were exposed to.
Not one, but like mainly my mom grew up on like Christian music, Christian contemporary, and then my dad mainly listened to R&B and hip hop.
Okay.
So I you know what?
What, bro? I was just laughing.
I'm done.
I was just laughing, bro.
You can have the podcast.
I was just laughing. It is funny though. It is kind of funny. What? It is funny. Now that I'm here alone, right? I'm not even gonna say it. But for real, I feel like every African American character in a video game, bro, always has a hip hop background music. I said it. It's true though.
I'm gonna bleep it out.
Why? It's true. I feel like people, bro.
That's too controversial.
Huh?
That's too controversial.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
Bro, Miles Morales.
He's Puerto Rican.
Does that mean it has to be hip hop? I mean, I don't know. But not only Miles Morales, but that's the thing that just happened.
T'Challa.
Yeah.
What do you think he listens to?
Huh?
What do you,
bro? He has the right to listen to anything he wants.
T'Challa.
Huh?
T'Challa.
He can listen to anything.
What do you think he listens to?
Anything he wants.
Okay, but like, give a genre.
I'm gonna give the genre because that's what they told me he listens to is hip hop.
Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
T'Challa.
Yeah.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
Listens to hip hop.
Probably.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Isn't that the soundtrack? Kendrick Lamar's in it.
I mean comic book.
And
I mean comic book.
No, but I'm not. I'm just saying, like,
okay, we're going
in gaming. No, this is a good topic. In gaming, I feel like, there's other options in music.
There is. But anyway, though, what I was trying to say was like I wasn't really exposed to a lot. It wasn't until I got with my group of friends, to your point earlier, that like they grew up more on like old school 80s rock, 90s rock, like that kind of vibe. They didn't like when I was hanging around them for years. Like I never really listened. They didn't really listen to country. Mm-hmm. They listen to more country now. I don't really vibe with it. But then when I got into hanging out with them, I started kind of pivoting from like hip hop and like an R&B to more like rock. And I was like, oh, this stuff is really cool. But so to your point, like sometimes all it takes is like some friends or hanging around a certain type of like group of people to kind of break you out of that shell of break your virginity in a certain type of thing. To kind of really like make you see a new perspective of that thing, right? Or that hobby.
Now that you brought up friends, that's actually also another way to, solve the problem.
The show? The show, Friends.
Oh no, your friend. That show sucks.
What? It's not for everybody.
It's all right. I mean, it's all right.
Do you like Seinfeld? Seinfeld.
I never watched it.
Yeah, I haven't either. Apparently, it's really good. 4 seasons, really good.
I've never watched it.
I've been wanting to give it a try.
But it is. I feel like that's also a way to get out of a rut. Yeah. It's also like speaking to your friends or hanging out with friends or family. I don't know, just to be together with somebody. Like you don't have to be doing anything. You could just be together with somebody. Go out, talk, like catch up. To me, that's also a great way to break away from stuff I try to do or try to distract myself.
Yeah, I feel like you almost need to break out of a in order to break out of that rut or it being your hobby being stale. Yeah, like you kind of need to break out of that routine because I feel like, and we mentioned this on another podcast episode, but people get very consumed with doing the same thing over and over again, like the same genre over and over again. It's like, okay, you're bored of this thing. Maybe experiment in another genre. Maybe experiment in another thing. Maybe try something else that you wouldn't have normally tried. Yeah. And then you can really evaluate who you are, because you as a person are constantly changing. Mm-hmm. You will never stay the same.
Yes. And you said evaluate.
Reevaluate
who you are.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by identity crisis. You know what I mean? Like, you are not for that, but you could do everything.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it means to be, in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
That's what it means to be human. That's the whole thing of exercising your free will.
Yeah.
To do anything you can.
Yeah.
Anything
you want.
And I feel like your body knows that, but we try to focus so much in the things, that one thing that we think it brings us joy, and we think that's the only well that we could get it from.
Yeah.
You like how I did that? The only well, you know what I mean?
The only well you can pull from. It's like, I know I said this kind of already, but it's like you try to force yourself so much on trying to, like, you're almost lying to yourself sometimes. Yeah. It's like,
wait, what do you mean?
Like, if you're getting bored of something and you're trying to force yourself to do that same thing, you're like, no, I like this thing. I like this thing. Mm-hmm. It's like you're almost lying to yourself. It's like you don't like that thing. Yeah. You're not enjoying it
at the moment. Yeah.
It's like you do at other times. Like, but maybe you just try to like backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
And kind of just do what you want, because if you're so focused on not trying to grow or change, not even just with yourself, but in like your hobby, it'll constantly be that way.
Yeah.
And you won't see any type of growth or progression.
No,
at all.
No, I was actually talking to my cousin about this. Mm-hmm. It's like, let's say you're in that state for a week, whether you're like dreading to do what you want to do, but you're not feeling like it.
Yeah.
Right. So you spend a whole week being in that state of feeling, right? Where you could just end it in one day.
Yeah.
And do something else, or just get it out of the picture for a day or two.
Yeah.
And then progress comes faster than if you just would have stayed a week dreading what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
That was extremely confusing. I'm sorry, but I hope you understand.
Try explaining it again.
Okay. So
back to square one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll try my best to explain it, because that was really bad. So let's say So let's say you're in a state where, you know, you're frustrated because you want a game. I'm gonna say it in gaming terms, right? You want a game, but at the same time, you don't feel like doing that. Mm. But you spend a week trying to push yourself to game.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like an obligation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's like, damn, I don't want to do it, but I still do it. But hoping to get a better feeling, but at the end of the week, you don't.
Why are we always chasing a feeling?
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And when, let's say you spend a day trying to change it up, trying to change it up, doing something else.
Yeah.
And then maybe it comes back to you in 2 days, but you did something to change it up.
Yeah.
You didn't have to wait a whole week to do it.
Yeah.
I'd rather live in the now. But if I'm feeling up to it, I'm good. Like right now I'm playing Stellar Blade. All right, it's just a parentheses.
Why?
Because I have to. I'm playing Stellar Blade, right? Uh-huh. But then I'm halfway through the game, and it's like it's slowing down a little bit. So I'm like, I have to push this, but I kind of want to play this game. You know what I mean? But I got to finish it, because then it's going to end up in my backlog forever.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But then, you know, since I want to live in the now, and I've been in gaming ruts before, I'm like, no, I'm going to play that game now.
Yeah.
And then I'll play. Why? Because, yeah, you spent money on that game. Yeah, whatever. But I'd rather have the good feeling. I'd rather be real with myself and just chase that feeling and not depend on Stellar Blade for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how would you chase that feeling? Like, what would you, like, what would you do to chase that? Like, what do you, Pedro, do?
You don't have to. To me, I feel like that feeling, you get it by doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
You're not a slave to anything. That's what it's all about.
Are you? Or are you not?
I'm a slave to this body.
To this body.
Yes, I'm a slave to this body.
No, me, Justin.
Oh, hell no. Damn, bro, that's
You're
crazy.
like, what? Yo,
That shit's crazy.
it's crazy.
But yeah, I feel like doing what you want to do, it's like the best way to get out of the gaming rut. I mean, any rut in general. You know, it doesn't need to be gaming. But in my case, it's gaming because that's what I do most. But if you have your own hobby and you're in a rut,
Yeah.
try doing something different. What do you really want to do? You know, if you just want to be quiet, you know what helps me a lot?
What's up?
Going to sleep.
I mean, I do like going to sleep.
Going
Too.
to sleep. I go to sleep, and then sometimes you wake up with new energy, new motivations to do something else.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not even gaming. Maybe this time you just want to go for a walk.
Yeah.
This time I want to go kayaking.
It's even sometimes like when you're trying to come up with ideas or idea generation, sometimes you can't think of it right then and there, right? Sometimes you need to take a step back and then come back to it later.
Yeah.
And then see it in a different angle. Because then when you do that, it's like, oh, you come back with a fresh mind. Yeah. It's like now your mind's not clouded with I have to do this thing. Yeah. Oh, I have to, like, I need to create something. I'm on a time limit. It's like, look, just take a break, take a step back and really evaluate, like, okay, like, what do I want? Like, what am I interested in?
Actually fucking talk to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you talk to yourself?
Hell yeah. All the time, every day.
Well, that's weird.
That is not weird at all. If you talk to yourself, that is not weird at all. Because it's like,
no, I talk
sometimes you just need to evaluate yourself. It's like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, what's the reason I'm doing this for? You know, am I doing it to complete a task that is not even worth it? Like we love platinum games. We love having achievements in our hobbies. Yeah. But at the end of the day,
they don't mean much.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's only for our own satisfaction that we really gain any type of value at it. It's kind of like the only thing that you can actually get out of it is the value that you define for yourself.
Yeah.
It's just like money, right? Money, diamonds, whatever. Anything in this world that has a monetary value. Mm-hmm. None of that stuff is worth anything. It's not worth anything until we put value on it.
Yeah.
And so when we put value on our hobbies, when we put value on ourselves, then that's when it's like, well, no, like this has a high value to it. This is important to me. Like it has to be this. It has to be this. It has to be that. And then it becomes this almost like a desperation, like this plea to kind of be like, I'm investing money into it. This is my personality. This is who I am. This is Justin. This is Pedro. This is the only thing that I have.
Yes.
It's not the only thing you have.
And sometimes we get blinded by that.
Oh, because we're focused on that.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Burping.
Don't do that.
I'm sorry, dude. Got some Febreze or something.
Febreze?
Yeah.
Well, I just keep the Febreze to yourself.
But also,
but you know
what happened?
But you know what I'm saying, right? Like,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Another thing that not helps me, but makes me realize why I'm feeling a certain way.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to do what I want to do because I have something else to do.
Yeah.
Procrastination. When you're pushing something, when you're stalling on work,
dude,
stalling on homework.
Bro, that happens to me a lot.
You can't sit down and relax because you know that's in the back of your mind. Yeah.
Like there's sometimes like I know I have to edit the podcast.
Yeah.
And like Victoria and I are watching a show or I'm playing a game, and in the back, like especially on weekends, like because I have to do some extra editing or whatever on the weekend. Yeah. And sometimes I'll be sitting there and I'll get this feeling, I'm like, damn, I can't even really enjoy this game right now or the show right now. It's because I know I have to edit this podcast. I know I have to do this thing. Or when like, have you ever tried to play games right before an important like doctor's appointment or something like that?
I can't because you can't. It ruins my day.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I get super anxious when I have to leave somewhere. So it's the anxiety that I'm getting, and then on top of that, it's like I'm trying to play games, but my mind is focused on I gotta leave. I gotta leave on this time. Oh, how much time do I have left? And it's like you're not enjoying the present moment.
It's like when you want to sit down and not care about anything.
Yeah.
That's hard. But then But then when you're working or doing your homework, all you can think about is when you're going to game. Or when you're going to do this.
It's always like reversed.
Yeah.
It's
So that's
reversed.
why when you're doing homework or when you're doing work, do that.
Yeah.
When you're gaming, do that.
Focus on the task at hand, basically.
It's hard. It's a lot.
It
It's a
is.
lot harder than we think.
Especially when you know a new game is coming out.
Don't even get me started, man.
Dude, when a new game is coming out,
I get so anchious.
I remember back in high school.
Yeah.
That was like a big thing. It's like you knew the game was coming out and you're like let's say you just bought a game. Or even like when you're working, right?
Yeah.
You get the Amazon notification. Your package has arrived.
I don't get that.
You don't get those?
I'll buy my shit digitally. Actually, I just bought the PlayStation Plus Extra, so now I got the subscription.
But you know what I mean.
I know what
you know what I mean.
I can see you're disappointed.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
I mean, the last couple of games that I bought were digital. So, but like
you get the notification.
You get the notification, and you're like
the little hits of dopamine.
Yeah, you're like,
yeah.
And it's only 12 o'clock. You're like, bro, I gotta get home.
Yeah,
I have to get home.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, and so you're like, I gotta get home. I'm waiting for this thing to actually drop. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But I feel like you shouldn't be afraid to jump into your hobby on your terms when the time is right.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, because sometimes we want to, step away because we want to get that feeling back.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes we think we're too hard on ourselves.
Oh yeah.
Because sometimes we think, damn, I kind of don't like. I guess it's just me. I can't talk for everybody else, right? Sometimes I feel like, damn, if I go back.
Are you kidding me? You're the representative of the LeisureHub Podcast for the fans. Like you're representing thousands and thousands of viewers and listeners.
I'm representing them.
Yes.
No, that's crazy.
Yes. You're speaking for them.
I hope this relates to you. So, whenever I'm stepped away from, let's say, gaming.
Yeah.
Again, I speak because that's my main hobby. Whenever I'm stepped away from gaming, I feel like selling my PS5. And you know this.
Yeah.
Because why? Because I don't want to get in another rut.
Right. Because you're fearful of it.
Yes. I don't want to get sucked into it like I was.
Yeah.
But then, it didn't take me, speaking with friends, speaking with family, Justin himself, gaming is just a part of who I am.
Yeah.
There's going to be ruts in the way. There's going to be ups and downs like everything else in life. But that's why I was fearful of it.
Yeah.
And that's what this point is all about. Like, don't be hesitant to jump back in it when you want to.
Yeah.
Because it's going to bring you joy.
Oh yeah. I mean, certain hobbies are only meant to stay for short periods of time. Like some hobbies are only meant to be there for now, and some hobbies are meant to be a lifetime.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you grow up with a certain thing. Like I grew up with gaming. That's my main hobby. And like I feel like sometimes I'm fearful that I'll lose that love or that desire to play games.
Yeah.
If I love it now at the age that I'm at,
you'll love it forever, bro.
I'll love it forever.
Yeah.
If you love music, you always love music. You always love movies. You always love reading books. You always love going to the gym. I mean, at some point you won't be able to, but you have to enjoy what you currently have at the moment.
Yes.
And sometimes too much of a good thing is a bad thing. And sometimes you have to step away from it. Like we were saying.
It's a balance.
It's always a balance. Yeah. Like you and I are at an age right now where we can't just play games all the time.
No.
And sometimes we were like, oh man, I wish I could.
I wish.
And sometimes like, and a lot of people I'm sure can relate to this, but like you're at work, you're waiting for lunchtime, like you want to catch up on some shows, like you have a 30-minute hour break, whatever you have. And like maybe that's the only time you have during the week, and you're like, man, I can't wait to catch up with the show. And we indulge in that.
Mm-hmm.
We indulge in that complacency.
Yeah, you're right.
In our hobby sometimes. It's our comfort zone, our comfort space.
Mm-hmm.
It's like foodies have their comfort foods, like gamers have their comfort games, comfort movies, etc. But like you get fixated on that, right?
Yeah.
And I know sometimes I don't want to do shit. Sometimes
you just want to lay in the couch.
I just want to lay on the couch and watch TV.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I spent like 3-4 hours just watching like YouTube, watching Netflix, Hulu, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And or like I don't do too much scrolling anymore, but like, and it's like, take a break. Like you don't like. I think for me at least,
they take a break from chasing.
Yeah. Like sometimes like you're trying to find that next thing, like that next thing. Maybe that next thing is just not there yet. Yeah. Like you have to just give it time. And I think that's frustrating. Like for your hobby specifically, because it's like I want it. I want it now. Like I want this thing to continue because I find all this enjoyment. But it's not always about, like, you can always find enjoyment from something else. Yeah. Like in your hobby, like maybe you hurt yourself and you're playing a sport. Maybe like that was your sign. You need to pull back a little bit. Yeah. You need to take a break. Maybe you can't play. Maybe now is your job to like watch the sport. Maybe it's your job then to focus more on like the plays or like the team building.
There's a different
part of
aspect of
a
the
different aspect, different perspective of it. So you definitely have to take breaks. Like you can't just you can't just stay in something forever. And I see a lot of people, and that's how you burn out in your hobby, at least. Yeah. Like you focus too much time doing that one thing and not doing anything else. Yeah. And you burn yourself out, dude.
You have to step away.
Step away. Be
free. It's kind of like an addiction.
It is. Yeah. Your hobby is your addiction, and sometimes like people take it way too far. I mean, I don't want to preach on somebody else's behalf, but like I'll speak for myself in terms of video games. Like sometimes like you, especially with like getting older, you don't have the time to dedicate to certain things anymore. So when you do have that opportunity or the weekend to really dedicate that time to your specific hobby, sometimes you go overboard with it. Yeah. And then like 5 hours, at least five hours goes by.
It's true. 5 hours, 6 hours.
And then you kind of like,
easy,
especially on a Saturday or like a Friday, you're like, damn, I could have been using this to hang out with friends, or I could have went to go wash my car, or I could have called one of my relatives, something like you could have done something else. And like, you kind of feel guilty about that afterwards. You know what I mean?
It's easier when you have kids. The kids will make you take a break real quick.
Yeah. You kind of have to.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you?
What do you say?
I was gonna say, what are you gonna do? Make your wife take care of the kids the entire time?
It's like, no. I mean, there's people out there, but at the same time, you know, if you have a wife, you have a partner, you gotta empathize. Yeah, you know, because they probably have a hobby too. They want to do. It's like we kind of take turns and stuff like that.
You know what would be cool? What? Talking about our significant others' hobbies. That would be a cool episode.
It's kind of annoying. It's like.
Are you serious?
Nah. Actually, back then she was more into like makeup and stuff. Yeah. I feel like that would be kind of annoying because like, I'm not really into makeup. I don't know if you guys are, but now she's more into like baking, and I'm down with that. I'll be cool to explore.
Yeah. Victoria's had her own journeys with baking for a hot minute.
It's the reason why I like it is because of the outcome it comes out. Like,
it's a science. It's a science.
Yeah, and it is good. Yeah. It's delicious.
You have to take some of that sourdough with you.
I'll have to. Yeah. Should we end it?
Bro, you know, it's been baking for a while.
I think so too.
It's been baking for a while.
It has to be over an hour.
Not quite. No? Okay. Not quite. But it has been baking for a while, and I'm sad.
I like it. I like how you did that. It has been baking for a while. Getting creative out here, but
I just don't want you saying that ever again. Thank you.
Okay. I'll stop.
Yeah. I mean, it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on the latest episode of the Leisure Hubby Dubby podcast.
It's been real. Let us know what you think. Comment, subscribe. Let us know your experiences in game ruts or in a rut in general.
Are your hobbies going stale?
Mine's are. Some of them.
Gaming a little bit for me, but I found some new hobbies to kind of take pride in a little bit to get better at.
You see, we're struggling as well.
Yeah.
But we would like to discuss it in the comments if you guys were
drop those comments.
Hell yeah. I like it because, like, especially in threads, you know, when we discuss game ruts and stuff like that, unless I'm not the only one, and we just discuss it back and forth, and what helps them out.
I think that's
like
a good comfort. I think that's a good
fun.
comfort, like recognizing or realizing or talking to other people that understand, like, that are in the same boat as you.
Yeah,
like they're in the same rut. They feel exactly.
Big facts.
When you can kind of come together like that, that's when the true magic happens,
and then you
baby.
feel like doing it again. It's like,
you're like,
oh, fuck it, let's go.
Oh, like, I'm gonna end it on this. But have you ever like seen something like you're like, oh, I'm not really feeling gaming or feeling this specific hobby, and then somebody posts something or somebody does something, and it reinvigorates your love.
That is so true.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Catch you on the next one. Amen. Sloppy Toppy.
What? What, bro?
Sloppy Toppy.